Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? I want to talk a little bit about role playing. R-O-L-E. So what the heck is role playing anyway? Is it acting? Is it bad acting? Is it good acting? Is it something else? Personally, I hope it's not acting, especially bad acting. There's nothing I hate worse than some guy coming into a game and saying, "Well met," and various things, and thou this and blah blah blah, and trying to act like his character might act. If somebody dresses up in period costume, that's creepy. I'm not so into that. But at the same time, role playing is important because, like, a lot of us enjoy what we call like deep role play or really getting into the character. But how do you do that? Do you have to act like the character, or can you do something else? To me, it's more like just stating what the character would do, what they would say. Maybe you don't say it verbatim, but getting an idea of, like, what is my character like? What are their motivations? If I'm a DM, what's this NPC like? What are his motivations or her motivations? And kind of get into what they might say, what they might do, how they might act in a certain situation, and then kind of playing that out. And then, oh, my glasses aren't quite on. Ah, there they are. But kind of acting out how the character or NPC or whatever would act, and what they would do in a certain situation. Would they run away? Would they try to filch something? Would they lie? What would they do in various situations? And then kind of at least saying, well, my character does this. If the DM insists, okay, well, you have to say what your character's going to say, then I'm going to give it my best try. My best try may not be all that great because, I'm a gamer. I'm not the most socially skilled person in the entire world. Yeah, I think that's common among gamers to a certain extent. But, I'll do that. But for the most part, to me, it's more about, like, how do you play this character? What do you say they do? How do they act? If they're really egotistical, do they push their way to the front? If they're kind of a coward, do they sort of hang back during clutch situations or almost turn on the party? If they are duplicitous, do they turn the party, on a more frequent basis? If they're brave, if they're noble, if they have a cause, do they act upon that, and do they make decisions less on a gaming basis versus like what their character would do basis? It's kind of like WWJD. What would my character do in this situation? It might not be the smartest thing to do in terms of mechanics of the game, but is it the appropriate thing for your character to do with that situation? So to me, that's what role playing really is. It's not about being an actor. It's not about dressing up in period costume. It's not about trying to come up with flowery speeches and all that sort of stuff. It's more about, like, what would my character do in situation X? What's their motivation? So, I appreciate any comments I get, back from this, but that's how I treat role play and how I enjoy role play to be.